You know what's terrifying? Some of the biggest financial mistakes in America don't feel like mistakes at all. They feel like progress, like winning, like finally becoming successful. And that's exactly why people fall into them, because nobody wakes up one morning and says, "I want to destroy my financial future." No. What actually happens is much quieter, much more normal. You get a raise, you upgrade the apartment, you start making more money, so you start spending like someone who makes more money, and for a while, it feels incredible. You feel like your life is finally catching up to the version of yourself you imagined years ago. The nicer car, the better clothes, the vacations, the dinners, the upgrades. From the outside, everything looks like it's working, but underneath it, something dangerous is happening. Because the moment your lifestyle rises as fast as your income, you stop building freedom and start building a trap. My name is Zak, and I've spent years studying financial psychology. Why some people quietly become wealthy, while others make more money every year, and somehow feel more trapped every year too. And the strange part? Most people never realize it's happening until they're deep inside it. Because the financial mistake that destroys the average person's future doesn't look irresponsible. It looks successful. Think about this. There are people making $50,000 a year who feel calmer financially than people making $250,000. That sounds impossible. Until you realize something. Stress doesn't come from how much money you make. It comes from how much of your life your income is already committed to. That's the real game, and almost nobody sees it, because modern lifestyle inflation is incredibly deceptive. It doesn't arrive all at once. It arrives slowly, quietly, almost invisibly. First, you upgrade the car, then the apartment, then the subscriptions, then the furniture, then the small luxuries, and eventually, you wake up one day realizing your entire income already belongs to somebody else before it even hits your account. The bank owns part of it. The car company owns part of it. The credit cards own part of it. The lifestyle owns the rest. And now, you can't slow down. Because the moment your income stops, your entire life starts collapsing behind it. That's the trap. And the scariest part? Society rewards you for walking directly into it. You've probably noticed this already. The people who look the richest are often the most financially fragile. The luxury SUV, the expensive watch, the designer lifestyle. Sometimes, that's not wealth. It's pressure. Massive pressure. Pressure to maintain an image. Pressure to keep earning. Pressure to keep spending. Pressure to make sure nobody realizes the whole thing is being held together by monthly payments. And the really dangerous part? Eventually, people stop knowing the difference between wealth and the appearance of wealth. Because in modern culture, looking rich creates more social validation than actually being financially secure. Nobody sees your investment account. Nobody applauds your emergency fund. Nobody compliments your paid-off car. But they do notice the luxury apartment, the vacations, the upgrades. And slowly, people start spending money not to improve their life, but to protect an identity. That's when it gets dangerous. Because now, your spending isn't emotional anymore. It's psychological survival. And here's where this becomes terrifying. The more successful someone becomes, the easier it is to justify bigger financial mistakes, because every increase in income creates a feeling that says, "I deserve this now." And honestly, that feeling makes sense. You worked hard, you sacrificed, you struggled. So when the money finally starts arriving, you want your life to reflect it. The problem is, your future doesn't care how hard you worked. The math still matters. And lifestyle inflation is brutal mathematically, because every recurring payment steals future freedom. Not just money, freedom. A $900 car payment isn't just a car payment, it's delayed retirement. It's reduced options, it's less flexibility, it's more dependence on your job, it's more fear every time the economy gets shaky. That's the real cost people never calculate. Because the true price of luxury isn't the monthly payment. It's the control it takes away from your future self. Now here's the part nobody talks about. There's a psychological shift that happens when people upgrade their lifestyle. Very quickly, their needs start expanding. And once that happens, their old life suddenly feels impossible to go back to. The expensive apartment becomes normal. The luxury car becomes necessary. The constant spending becomes part of identity. And now, even making good money doesn't feel safe anymore. Because the lifestyle itself became expensive to maintain. That's why there are people earning six figures, still panicking over unexpected expenses. Because high income doesn't automatically create wealth. If anything, It often creates bigger financial illusions. You want to know something strange? Some of the wealthiest people in America don't look wealthy at all. They look ordinary, quiet, almost boring, and there's a reason for that. Wealthy people understand something most people never learn. Every dollar you don't waste today buys freedom tomorrow. That's the game. Not status, not appearance. Freedom. The ability to walk away from bad situations. The ability to survive uncertainty. The ability to make decisions without panic. That's real wealth. And ironically, the people chasing the appearance of wealth usually sacrifice the exact freedom they were hoping money would give them. There's another layer to this, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. A huge percentage of modern spending isn't even about happiness anymore. It's about comparison. People upgrade because somebody else upgraded. People buy because somebody else bought. People feel behind because social media convinced them normal life is failure. And the result? Millions of Americans are financially exhausting themselves, trying to keep up with people who are also secretly exhausted. It's a giant cycle of performance. Everybody trying to look financially successful, while quietly feeling financially trapped. And because nobody talks honestly about money, everyone assumes everyone else has it figured out. But they don't. Most people are improvising. Most people are stressed. Most people are far more financially fragile than they appear. And this is where the real divide starts forming. Because eventually, one group keeps upgrading their lifestyle every time income rises, and another group does something very different. They keep their lifestyle relatively stable, while their income grows. That gap? That's where wealth starts compounding, quietly, almost invisibly. At first it doesn't look impressive. The disciplined person still drives the older car, still avoids unnecessary upgrades, still says no sometimes. Meanwhile everybody else appears to be winning. But then something interesting happens after 10 or 15 years. The disciplined person suddenly has options. Real options. They can leave jobs they hate, take risks, invest more, work less, retire earlier. While everybody else still needs the next paycheck, still trapped inside the lifestyle they built around themselves. That's why the financial mistake that feels like success is so dangerous. Because it delays pain. At first, it actually feels amazing until one day the income slows down, or the economy changes, or life happens, and suddenly the entire illusion becomes fragile. So what's the solution? Honestly, it's smaller than people think. You don't need to become obsessed with money. You don't need to live miserably. You don't need to avoid enjoying your life. You just need to stop confusing spending with progress. That's it. Because real financial progress is usually invisible, boring, slow, and unimpressive from the outside. But over time, it changes everything. Because every dollar you keep, every unnecessary payment you avoid, every lifestyle upgrade you delay, is quietly buying back pieces of your future freedom, and eventually, that freedom compounds into peace. So the next time your income increases, pause for a second before upgrading your entire life. Ask yourself something most people never ask. Will this purchase improve my life? Or just improve the image of my life? Because those are not the same thing. And confusing them. This is one of the most expensive mistakes people make. Not financially, psychologically. Because once your lifestyle owns you, your income stops feeling empowering and starts feeling necessary. That's when success quietly becomes a prison. Because the most dangerous financial traps in modern life are the ones people celebrate the hardest. If this made you think differently about money, stick around, like, subscribe, and share to get more knowledge about your financial progress. And comment the idea you want me to make the next video for you.